Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Where do you think you're going to put a tree that big?
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
Bend over and I'll show you. You've got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you.
The Rob and Kale podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My podcast partner is in the upstate. He is Carolina Jackpot, Mr. Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Sorry, we're running late. Rob's computer is always perpetually fucked up.
Well, it's ever since I got this stupid ass update, it continuously screws me over. So it's like, you know, it's ridiculous.
I
So
told
anyway,
him to beat it against the wall. Maybe it would fix it.
throw it against the wall, see if it works out. That works out. Yeah, so blame me for it. Lisa says, "What's up, bitches?" Hello, Lisa. Hello, Delta. Hello, Billy. Hello, Hairy Leg. Billy says, "I've been sleeping." That's not true. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. All right, Jackpot. We got a lot of stuff to get into this evening. Let's thank Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. They sponsor the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. There's a handful of you that can still make it into the mix here, and they're Jackpot. It's close for some, and some of us are out of it, right?
Yeah. Some of us are are mathematically eliminated from being able to win, but I think Carlos Klein is in first place. Am I right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go with that. We'll see how it comes out. But make sure you get your stuff in. Now, I'm only going to say this one time. It says it on the form too. I don't care what place you're in. Don't care. You have to have your picks submitted by noon on Friday. Just because you forget and you do it on Saturday, your form is not valid after 12:01 on Friday. We're not going to have someone that blows the first two picks and decides, "Oh, I'm going to pick after that." Nope. If you don't have your form turned in, whatever you got is what you've got, meaning you got what you've got on the scoreboard now. You get a 0 for this week. Don't send me an email. Don't message me on Twitter. This is the very last week, and someone's going to win a lot of money, and we want to make sure that it's completely on the up and up. Submit your stuff now. It's on the Rob and Kale Show website, robandkaleshow.com. I don't care if Carlos Klein, who leads the whole damn thing, if he doesn't submit his picks, gets a 0 for the
If
week.
he doesn't submit
Maybe he'll
his
still
pick,
win.
he gets the dick.
Exactly. All right. Anyway, Jackpot. We let's make sure that we thank Callaway's for that. They'll be sponsoring the bowl challenge as well. We're going to talk about that on Sunday when we'll have a champion. But thanks to them. Also, Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport. Fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, read away, sir.
Sucks to be a Gamecock. Win for us over Clemson, and the Gamecock Club prints shirts to beg for money. Do not worry. It's only 360 days until order is restored in our state. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport.
And is it not just laughable at this point? I mean, really.
It is laughable.
It is.
You're exactly right.
They haven't, 370 days. They haven't had a win over the Gamecocks. They're starting to become unraveled. I mean, it's sad. It really is. If you know a Tater, or you're friends with a Tater, you have a Tater loved one in your family, or give them a hug, wrap your arms around them, especially this holiday season. Let them know it's going to be okay. It truly is. It's going to be all right.
Okay. Anyway, the other thing that we're going to do this evening is our picks. And by the way, you can get a Rinky Dink t-shirt with the Gamecock win on it from the Gamecock Club for $31.30. Look what they did there. They don't get very many wins, so they're trying to be witty. Will you be wearing one of those shirts?
What's that?
Will you be wearing one of those shirts, sir?
Oh yeah, I might just get one. I may. Right to go right. It'll look good in the closet, hanging up beside my $63.38 shirt.
I didn't think that was, now that's kind of funny. All right, well, let's make sure that we get our picks out for the college pick'em challenge. Let's see here. The first game on the schedule is the Mountain West Championship, which is Boise State versus Fresno State. Boise State's a 3-point favorite. Which way you rolling, Jackpot?
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Boise State. They seem to be a little bit of a hammer the past few weeks of the season, so I think they'll continue that.
Yeah, I kind of like Boise State too. They have been playing a lot better. They were kind of shitty at the beginning of the season, but they've kind of maneuvered their way up a little bit. So I'll take Boise State. The next is the American Championship, Central Florida versus Tulane. Jackpot, I'm going with Central Florida. Give me the sweater. I'll take Malzahn over Tulane.
I kind of lean Tulane in this game. They're at home again, and Central Florida beat them on their home field a few weeks ago. So I look for the Green Wave to return the favor. It's hard to beat a team like that twice in a season. Especially when they're kind of evenly matched. So
yeah. All right. Anyway, then you've got the next matchup is Coastal Carolina versus Troy. Coastal got just destroyed last week. I mean, they lost by 40, Jackpot. Now they're getting 8.5 with Troy. Who's going to win the Sun Belt?
yeah, I think that's this. I think it's another case of you're not as bad as you looked last week. So I think they're going to rebound a little bit. Well, let's not lose sight of the fact that whoever, if excuse me, getting ahead of myself, the fact that Coastal is participating in this, they're not really the best team in that side of the Sun Belt. As JMU is ineligible for that. This has been their first year in FBS. But at any rate, I lean Coastal.
I like Coastal to cover, but Troy to win. The MAC championship up in Detroit, Toledo -4.5 over Ohio. I don't know. I'm gonna take Toledo.
Yeah, I lean Toledo here. I think they're the better team. I think Ohio's defense is not very good. This is going to be played at Ford Field in Detroit, so you won't have the snowy weather. You won't have any of that affecting the outcome of the game, as you usually do in these MAC games, playing some nasty weather. This will be a climate controlled, so I think Toledo's the better team here, and I expect them to win and cover.
All right, next matchup is Kansas State and TCU for the Big 12 championship. TCU seems like a team with destiny, and I think that I think they're going to roll past Kansas State. So I'm going to take TCU and give up the 2.5.
I think this is where TCU's dream finally ends. Give me the Purple Wildcats. I like Bill Snyder's bunch to take them down. It's not really Bill Snyder's bunch, but I like them to pull the upset. They've been playing some really good football this year, and TCU's been living on the edge a little bit too long, a little bit too much, and I think that finally, you dance a little bit too close to the fire. One of those coals is finally going to jump out of there and burn your ass. But go ahead and give me Kansas State.
All right, the Pac-12 championship has Southern Cal and Utah. These teams already played once this season. Utah got the win. It seems like the quarterback for Southern Cal, though, is just on fire. But you know what? I'm going to go with Utah. Give me the Utes +1.
I'm going to lean USC here. I think they're the better team. They've already lost to Utah once this year. I don't think they're gonna do it again. So yeah. You remember last year, Oregon, I think it was, lost to Utah twice.
Yeah, that did happen. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen this time with USC. Going ahead and give me the Trojan, man.
B Bean wants to know if you're sick again.
Am I sick again?
I don't know you were sick before.
I don't either. Everybody say COVID again. I haven't had COVID in a year. No, I'm not. I don't have COVID. I've been working a lot. I was laying down taking a nap, so I woke up to come do the show, and I don't really feel good. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Life is, one of those crazy things. How life and work has gotten in the way of a great podcast tonight. I apologize.
Oh, you were going to be on a podcast other than this one? What the fuck? You found a great podcast to be on?
Yeah. Well, I was giving credit. I'm saying this one, but god dang.
I'm picking at you. All right, the Conference USA Championship, North Texas and UTSA. I'm taking the Roadrunners, UTSA, -7.5.
I lean North Texas here. I think they have the offense that will be able to compete in this game.
All right, well, hey, you like North Texas. All right, the SEC Championship, LSU versus UGA. UGA is giving up 16.5. When I see that game, Jackpot, I think people are gonna look at LSU and how they got thumped by shit AMU, and they're gonna be like, man, that this is gonna carry over. And I think a lot of people may throw their money that way, but I think the smart money is on Georgia. I think Georgia's going to roll out there and say, you know what? We're going to put our stamp and make sure that we're the number one seed. We don't need this biased Big Ten sucking CFP committee to move us out of that number one seed spot. We're going to lay the wood to LSU. So I'm going to take Georgia to cover, -16.5.
Yeah. Look at the SEC championship game. Past couple of years, the favorite's not covered. Georgia is a favorite. The past few weeks have not covered. I see that trend perhaps continuing here. I know LSU is not as bad as the team that got beat by Texas A&M last week, which is absolutely just horrible. So going ahead, give me Brian Kelly's team, the Bayou Bengals, to cover that 16.5. I mean, I think it's probably a 2-touchdown game, and Georgia pulls away. But I think they probably let it stay a little bit too close for comfort for a little while here, as they have done the past few weeks. It's not real impressive to me. Sorry.
On that game, it's hard for me to I don't know. It's hard to pick against Georgia right now. They look like a machine right now. So
Did they look like a machine against Georgia Tech? Really?
yeah, but I mean, they play with their food. You're probably right.
I didn't watch one down of that game. Shout out real quick to the South Carolina Gamecocks men's basketball team. Playing on the road against something called George Washington right now, and losing currently 12-5 in something that looks like a large version of a church gym. If there's a worse basketball team in the SEC, I don't really know where it's located. Whew. Jeez.
Shout out to Louisville starting the season 0-7. Big Barney Ross is laughing like hell wherever the hell he is drunk tonight. Drinking.
Are they really?
They have not won a conference game. I know Big Barney Ross is happier than
a conference game.
Slop right now with that. So
they've not won a conference game.
What?
They've played a conference game.
They've not played. They've not won one game. They're 0-7.
They've not won a game. Period.
They have not won a game.
You said they haven't won a conference game.
Oh, I'm sorry. They have not won a game.
Holy shit! They have to have played a bunch of tomato cans too.
They're 0 for fucking forever.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Is that is Louisville the ones that had the kid turn around and threw a water bottle at the fans or something?
No, I think it was one or the other. I don't know if it was Louisville. It was Louisville or Kentucky in one of those games in their rivalry matchup. Like one kid threw a water bottle into the stands. I mean, he needs to be careful. They're going to recruit him to go to Tennessee. He could throw mustard bottles.
So he did like the reverse of the Gamecock students. Instead of throwing water bottles on the field at the players turn around and throw the water bottle at the fans.
Yeah, that's what he did.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The next one, Big Ten championship, Purdue and Michigan. Michigan's a 17-point favorite over Purdue. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
As a double-digit underdog, past 10 games, Purdue is 9-1 against the spread. Just saying. Boilermakers.
I'll take Purdue. Why not? Next matchup is the ACC championship game, which is North Carolina versus Clemson. A 7.5-point favorite. Jackpot, I'm going to take North Carolina to cover. I think Clemson will win, but North Carolina will cover. I think it's going to be a close, tight game.
Yeah, I also lean UNC here. I think this may possibly turn into a higher scoring affair. I think Clemson will find the offensive rhythm this week against a terrible North Carolina defense, and I think North Carolina will get theirs too. Yeah, I just that defense just not what it was, just not what it used to be. Secondary kind of got torched a little bit last week by Spencer Rattler. Of course, Spencer Rattler will do that to a secondary. He'll torch you. Now he gave up some balls. He made some mistakes, but he still ended up torching the Taylor secondary a couple of times last week. So I think Drake May, who's also a really good quarterback, really capable, got some real good receivers too. I think they can get behind that Clemson secondary and put some points up on the board as well. I think Matt Brown will have his team prepared for this after they've dropped their last two.
Right.
So yeah. Give me old Smack Brown in the heels to smacketh down on Clemson in this one.
All right. The next one is the SWAC championship, Southern versus Jackson State. This could be Deion Sanders' last game at Jackson State. His team is a 17.5-point favorite over the Jaguars. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot?
Give me Southern
plus the points. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Deion Sanders rolling on his way out. All right.
Where's he going to? Where we decided he?
He's probably, I don't know. He's going to end up at Colorado, probably. I don't know. Who knows? He's going somewhere.
That's just weird. That just does not seem like a fit to me.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. And the last game, the Kale Hall shitter, Akron against Buffalo. Buffalo is giving up 13.5. A game that's out there because of the snow makeup. Which way are you rolling?
Give me Buffalo to roll. Akron's terrible.
Akron is terrible. I'm going with Buffalo too. There you go. There's my picks. There's Jackpot's picks. And since we have that squared away, Jackpot, I sent you something from Brad Crawford. Put this out earlier. We'll take calls in just a second, but Brad Crawford projects South Carolina playing in the ReliaQuest Bowl against Notre Dame, and in the Orange Bowl.
Notre Dame may be the first team in history to end their season after this with two losses in a row to USC.
Okay. We'll see about that, and a lot of it depends on how things go this weekend too. The one projection has that Notre Dame playing South Carolina in the ReliaQuest Bowl, Clemson playing Ohio State in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. And shut up. We were talking about that. We're really wanting to see Clemson. We're really wanting to see Clemson and Tennessee in the bowl game. A Clemson Ohio State matchup is not going to be really, I don't think, what you want to see. I mean, we've already seen this story before. These guys have played what? This would be like the fourth matchup in the last 6 or 7 years between those two. That the Clemson Tennessee matchup would just be a much better storyline. I think much better atmosphere for a game, and just one I think we need to see played.
I personally think that at this juncture, I don't know if Clemson gives a shit about whatever bowl they're in. I know that sounds silly, but
Well, just from the outside looking in, and we've already had our fun with Clemson, but they don't want to play Ohio State. They'll get rolled. I mean, they really will.
And it's hard to pick these bowls because you don't know who the hell's going to play. You know
that too. You know, everybody calls it. You know, we get so excited for bowl season as fans, but then everybody turns around and calls them. Oh, they're just meaningless bowl games. They're just meaningless bowl games. No, they're not. They're not fucking meaningless. You know, there's a lot of meaning in these bowl games. The players have made them not meaningful, and that's sad.
That is sad. All right. Well, there you go. That's the latest we've heard in the bowl chatter. There's all kinds of stuff too with South Carolina needing a new offensive coordinator. Yeah, that's out there too. I don't know if they, in my opinion, the rumor mill says that Justin Stepp may have been helping with calling the plays the past couple of weeks. I think if I'm Shane Beamer, why not promote him? I mean, that would make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, you really want to give somebody their start. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just saying
I would just like to see us go out and get someone who's a proven commodity. And God dang it, go out and have a great fucking offense last year. And let's just do that. Let's just do that.
Billy says, Rob, are the bowl games meaningful? If you're not in the college football playoff, in my opinion, it's not like it used to be. I mean, the YouTube thumbnail tonight was the picture of the Blue Bonnet Bowl. That's back when bowl games were awesome because if your team win, it was a pretty big deal. Now, I mean, there's 37 bowls, jackpot. I mean, it's just
there's a lot. There's more than a snootful.
So it's just not as illustrious as it was before.
There's so many bowl games that sometimes they have to take 5 and 7 teams because they don't have enough spots to fill them for teams with at least 500 records. I mean, that's poverty.
42 bowl games, says Brandon Kuhn. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I'll watch them, don't get me wrong. But on the other hand, it's like I look back and I'm like,
I mean, when you have so many bowls that you're naming some of them after actual people now, I mean that just gets a little bit too a little bit too much for me.
Ray Bob says the extra practices are meaningful for a lot of teams. Yeah, but most of the coaches don't use them because they don't want to screw with the players over the holidays. So they may have those 12 extra practices, but they've got exams and stuff coming not this week, but the following week. And they may get 5 or 6 practices in, then send them home, for the holidays, and then, bring them back and maybe run 3 more. That's kind of the way that it rolls. But Pigskin's Pete says, don't watch them if you don't like them. Look.
Okay, we didn't say that we didn't like them. We just said there were too many of them. Don't get it twisted there.
No, and it's like I'll watch.
He's in his feelings too right now, and it's okay. I'm good. We're good. We're good. Just let it out. Let it out.
What? Hold on now, sir. Why do you think that Pigskin Pete is in his feelings? He's a solid guy. His feelings aren't hurt. Come on, man. Calm down.
Because I don't like anime, so I don't watch it, but I don't complain that it exists. Okay.
Let's see here. Uncle Lou says host should stop crying about bowl games. Nobody's making you watch. Like, I'm gonna watch some of them. I'm just saying they're just not as illustrious as they were before. That's all. And it sucks. The other thing it sucks is you're not gonna have all your players out there. So all right, let's go to the phones. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Nick wants to know who you want for offensive coordinator, jackpot.
I really don't know at this point. I don't have a. I mean, I don't know. They're gonna have to throw me some names out there.
How about Kendall
So,
Briles?
what's
Kendall Briles.
that?
Kendall Briles, the OC for Arkansas.
I don't know. Do you really want? Do you really want Art Briles' son as this offensive coordinator? Do we want that dirty laundry at South Carolina? I don't know.
Hold on, respectfully now. Just because Art Briles was a jackass doesn't mean that his son Kendall is a jackass. I mean, Art Briles was the guy that, I guess was okay with sexual assault and everything at Baylor. Kendall may have learned from his dad. He doesn't like sexual assault. Can't throw that.
No, I mean, I guess he's all right. He's fine. He's fine.
Nick says Dan Mullen. Shit.
That's the Georgia man probably wouldn't like that, especially if he came around and turned that South Carolina offense around, and South Carolina started scoring a couple of wins over Georgia with Dan Mullen. We could always say he's worked for the Gamecocks. He's been working for the Gamecocks for all this time.
Big Barney Ross says Bobby Petrino to OC. Yeah, well, look, I don't. I think that's kind of funny, but
no,
I don't know. Now, all these folks, Baylor man says Dan Mullen or Joe Brady. Brady.
Joe Brady.
Yeah, the guy was a passing game coordinator for LSU.
What is he doing right now?
I think he's working with the Panthers, doing something with them. I don't know.
I didn't know if he was still there since what's his name got fired.
Larry's got a good comment here. Garrett Riley, who I think is the OC at TCU. That might be good.
Could be.
We'll see.
Says, I don't like Jackpot's attitude and demeanor today. Slunch back and chair, low effort, low energy. Well, hey, Lou, just like you said a while ago, don't watch.
Damn it, Jackpot. Yeah, Joe Brady is coming back to college. He hates not coming back. He hates recruiting, says RMF Tide.
I'm sick, damn it. I'm sorry. Come fix me some turkey noodle soup with that leftover turkey from Thanksgiving.
Kentucky Durbin says Mama needs Mama Pot to crack that whip on his chicken ass. Okay. We'll see about that. Uncle Lou says he's watching me. Damn it. All right.
Holy shit. The Gamecocks are behind in this basket. It's 27-10. And I don't know if you're watching any of this. There's some kids on the front row there at the church gym here at George Washington, I guess, dressed up like the village people. There's a little construction worker there. I didn't see the little Indian guy. We can't have that now. We're too woke for that. But, yeah. Behind by 17 to the Colonials. I was going to bet that today. I was going to actually throw like $20 for them to cover the spread because I have some I won last week, and I fell asleep back there and forgot to do it. But looks like I would have cashed out.
Brandon says, are you surprised Levis and Zach Pickens entered the NFL draft? No, I'm not.
No.
It's better mayonnaise than the pros, I'm sure. So, all right. Well, phone lines are open. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you would like to join the program this evening.
B Bean says you're not supposed to burp on YouTube. Yeah, you're not supposed to curse on it either, but that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. No one curses on this program.
So Zach Pickens declared, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either. That's the first I've heard of it. So
I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't think he's a senior, right?
Yeah, I think he has one. He has a chance to come back for one more year, I think.
Yeah, because he played the COVID year. It's the COVID year.
COVID year. Anyway, 803-470.
What? I can't hear Rob. You. I don't know what in the world is going on here. This is turning into a shit show. Now he's gone. Jerry Wells said, "Would you do a show with TikTok Chess Hall?" No. I can hardly do a show with Rob. I mean, Lord, we're just stumbling and bumbling through getting things done here. So no other shows. Yeah, it's a little rusty tonight. You hear him fine. I can't hear nothing. He's rebooting his computer again. Jeez. You like Dave Tate? I don't know who that is. Is your pedophile quarterback going to win all those games?
Not to deal with it.
There we go. That should be better. All right. There you go, Jackpot.
All right.
All right. Now we can take calls 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
Man, Matthew says, imagine Rattler to Nebraska. How mad Jackpot will be being 6-6 next year. Why would I be mad about Nebraska being 6-6 next year? I would be happy for them. They finally got a winning record after a while.
Yeah, why not? All right. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Good.
Jackpot, I started to wonder because I seen him slapping around and stuff. I was like, is he having a seizure or something?
No.
You sound out of it, Jackpot. What's wrong with you? You sound a little bit down on your luck right now.
I'm not feeling too good tonight.
Why are you not feeling too good? You feeling sick?
No, I worked a long day and I went and took a nap and woke up and just don't feel good.
You woke up half asleep.
Yeah, pretty
I know
much.
that feeling.
Jesus.
I know that feeling. Now, I'll ask y'all this. What's crazier? Florida having a Chomo quarterback or them putting Alabama ahead of Tennessee?
Well, they're both kind of on different levels, I think.
Yeah. That was a trick question.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are Tennessee fans really upset that Alabama's rated ahead of them?
Oh, you should go on Twitter right now and read.
Well, sir, just look at the name on the jersey. That's all you got to do. You don't have to look any further than that. They've been getting the benefit of the doubt for years.
So, I mean, I guess, wait a minute. I don't understand. I don't understand why they're upset by that. I mean, I guess the head-to-head thing, I don't know.
Yeah, because the head-to-head and the fact we blew out LSU when they lost to LSU.
Yeah, but you gave up 63 points in the game and you lost by 25.
Yeah, that's true.
How does that make you think that you should be ahead of an Alabama team that lost 2 games by a combined total of 4 points?
Don't think. Me personally, I don't think that. I think other Tennessee fans are being crazy right now. When I say, I'm like, it doesn't matter. We're not getting in the playoff. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's all about bowl placement, really. But
whichever one places them nearest to Clemson, so they can play each other in the bowl game, I'm good with it.
Yeah. And what's crazy too is Alabama fans getting on Lou's show on Twitter trying to tell me, oh, well, hey, we should be ranked above Ohio State because, our 2 losses were only by 4 points. I'm like, yeah, and what about the other 4 games where you won by the last possession? What about them? Do those not count? Well, a win's a win. No, that's not true. So here's my thing there, Bammer men. You're not getting in the playoffs. Get over it. Okay?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a
But
good day, sir. I
have a good
just should
day.
put that out there. See you later.
Okay, let me throw this out there real quick. Leonard says Mike Bobo is primed for a return to South Carolina, sitting there just minding his own business as an analyst for UGA. Time for Beamer to right a great Gamecock wrong. Excuse me, he had a job here.
Yeah.
He
He
had a
left.
job. He's the one who packed up his AMC Pacer and left in the middle of the night and went to Auburn like a shithead.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, it's Big Barney Ross. Now, I know we're not allowed to cuss on here and use foul language, so I'll refrain from that. But I've got a question for you here now. If South Carolina winds up playing Notre Dame, and I personally think South Carolina will intercourse Notre Dame right on national TV, but do you think that the history they have of struggling during these bowl games is going to be a big advantage for South Carolina? How do you see that really unfolding? Because over the years, they just ain't really done so well. I'll get off here and listen to what you have to say.
Big Barney Ross, before you leave, aren't you happy Louisville? Oh, he left us. Louisville's 0-7. I thought he'd be cutting backflips.
Yeah, he makes a valid point. Notre Dame's not too good in bowl games. They've been choke artists. Well, I mean the big bowl games. I mean, like New Year's Six type bowl and above. Since like 1991, I think they're like 0-4. So yeah, they're pretty bad in the postseason.
Well, we'll see how that works out. I don't know. Kind of crazy when you think about it. The sad part is that I don't have any doubt that South Carolina wants to be in a bowl game. So whoever they get, they may end up winning that game.
Oh
Seriously.
yeah, I mean it doesn't matter who we play. I mean if it's UNLV, you better watch out. We're coming to rip some rebel ass.
Jesus. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey there, fellas. Nathaniel coming from Charleston, South Carolina, true territory of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Absolutely.
I just wanted y'all's take on, yes, sir. I just wanted y'all take on two things. I heard something about Spencer Rattler potentially going to Nebraska.
Yeah, I think somebody put a fake tweet out a couple of days ago confirming that he had left for Nebraska to join up with Marcus Satterfield, which is that's garbage. That's crazy.
Right, yeah. If I heard this, if he's even going to come back for another year next year, or if he's going to try to make a shot in the pros. My other question is when we beat the Fighting Irish, what do you think will be ranked next year?
Like at the end of the season or going into next season?
Next season. What do you think will even be ranked?
Well, look, here's the thing with that. A lot of it depends on who comes back, because
right.
Transfer portal.
But see, here's the thing. The Gamecocks could run rampant in the transfer portal and get a shit ton of guys to come in. No one was talking really about Juice Wells outside of basically the South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina area. Nobody was really talking about that. And that guy's a game-changing receiver. And a lot of that comes back down to there is a segment of folks that just look at South Carolina and they don't look at them as, hey, this is an up and coming team. And I'm not saying that to throw rocks. I'm just saying you can look at recruiting rankings, and if a guy goes to South Carolina, his ratings go down. It's just things like that with people that vote. But if South Carolina manages to get Rattler to come back and they keep the majority of their team together, I don't see why they wouldn't be ranked in the top 25 going into the season.
Well, it sure feels good to be a Gamecock. So,
that's always,
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, fellas.
All right.
As they say, the transfer portal giveth and the portal taketh away.
Yeah, well, and that's true, because you may lose some guys. They may take a hit in that running back room. You never know. We'll find out. All right, 803-470-2905. Back out to the phones. Welcome to the program.
What's up, fellas? This is Baylor, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Hello, Baylor, man.
As I was watching that game on Saturday, sorry, Rob, I brought it up.
It
I was
happened.
just like,
Hold on,
I can
respectfully,
sim-
it happened, and it needs. You know, you can't just sit here and think, "Oh, that's going to go away." Clemson needs to remember that, and like this is what happens when shit's not the way that it's supposed to be. So anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I was just gonna say that I completely understand what it's like to lose to your biggest rival at home by 1 point.
Respectfully, the game should have been South Carolina should have won by 14 points. If you go back and you look at just
Yeah.
rewatch the game, which I've done, I mean, South Carolina gave Clemson at least 12 points that I could count. South Carolina should have won by about 14 points. And
Yeah,
just
but
ineptitude
you
on
know,
offense for Clemson. And that wheel route, God, holy shit. How you don't hit that wheel route, I have no clue. And it was a perfect call from Streeter. And Uiagalelei just didn't make the throw. The offensive line was perfect. Receiver ran the best route. Should have been 6
yeah.
all day long, and it wasn't.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so there's
No,
that.
that honestly, you know, on my end, TCU should not have won by 14. I mean, Baylor dominated that football game, but you know, the only difference between, I guess, your position and my position is, you know, me being at the game and the football that TCU kicked flying like almost right over my head. It's like they're trying to hit me with the football, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just to make me more mad.
All right, Baylor, man.
But
Hey,
anyway,
we appreciate you calling the show, buddy. You have a great day.
of course, you too, man.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Second Bears.
There you go, jackpot. No Mike Bobo. Very good.
Somebody asked a question over here, and
Oh yeah, I want to answer Leonard's question in a minute.
Cockman says, "Jackpot, will we keep Pete Limbo for a couple more years?" I mean, I think if Pete Limbo, as long as he wants to stay in Columbia, they are going to keep him in Columbia, and it's been a game changer. One could argue, it may be the most important addition to the staff that was made when Beamer was hired. You know, so
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, sir.
right.
Hey, yeah. No, Rob, I just wanted to thank you for another great season of shows here. And I know we still got the postseason to go, but I just wanted to call up and thank you for all your hard work and dedication on these live shows this week. It really means a lot, and I want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed.
Okay, sir. There's another half of the program here, so.
And Jackpot, to you, I would say it takes a lot of effort and energy to watch this show. The least you could do is put that same amount of effort and energy into the show. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Jesus. Big Bonnie Ross says,
I'll try to work on that.
Yeah. We need a little more passion from you, Jackpot, just a little bit. Should there be a rule that all teams playing in pre-Christmas bowls have to fight at the end of the game? That's a good point. Thank you for that. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, Rob, it's Chris in Georgia. Trapstar called in earlier and said that he doesn't agree.
Chris, how much cocaine did you do before you called the program? Slow down.
I did none last time. Time before that, never done cocaine.
Then you're obviously on cocaine, crack. You're snorting some Adderall. You're drinking 5-hour energy shots through your butthole. You're doing something. Slow down.
Butt chug.
Slow down a little bit. Well, I want to hear what you have to say. No, I'm serious. I want to hear what you have to say, but you talk so fast, I can't understand you. Just slow down.
So TriStar said that he doesn't agree with a lot of Tennessee fans that Alabama should be below Tennessee. But Alabama's best win, which is 8-4 Texas, is ranked below Tennessee's terrible, no good loss to South Carolina. I mean, how do you not beat a team better than South Carolina all year, but you're supposed to be the number 6 team in the country. I don't think they're low enough.
Sir,
I mean, every win they've got over an 8-4 team or better, Ole Miss, Texas, even TAMU. I mean, 5-7 TAMU. They struggle one. If they went and played, if they had Georgia and South Carolina on their schedule, they had 2 more losses.
They can't help that they play in the weak ass SEC West, first of all, and second of all, do you know who was number 6 in the poll before the final poll last year?
Not really.
You know why? Because no one gives a shit about this poll. The only one that matters is the one after this Sunday. No one gives a
fans
fuck.
give a shit because not only are they getting screwed out of the Sugar Bowl by a lesser Alabama team, now Ohio State is trying to fuck them out of the Orange Bowl and going to Tennessee fans. They'll travel to Dallas, but they don't want to go to Dallas. They want to go to Miami or New Orleans and have a fucking good time, not a Monday noon bowl.
Chris,
Dallas.
The only poll that matters is the one that comes out on Sunday afternoon at noon, sir. You could be 6 in this one and be 5 in the next one.
They're not going to let. How are they going to explain us jumping Alabama when nobody played a game?
I mean, they can't help that you got blown out by South Carolina. They can't.
And I can't help that the fucking Alabama didn't play a team better than South Carolina all year. I can't, or the teams they did play better in South Carolina or higher ranked than South Carolina.
Okay, well,
they fucking lost
hold on.
to.
So let me make sure that I understand this. Alabama played a shit schedule, but it was an SEC schedule, is what you're telling me, then, right?
Yeah, and they played a shit Big 12 team. Probably what they finished 5th in the Big 12 or something like that.
So they played a shit SEC schedule. Okay, who did Tennessee play out of conference this year? Pitt, right? Is Pitt better than,
which would be their third or fourth best win.
Is Pitt better than Texas?
You could compare them. They're both 8-4. They both had inexcusable losses. Both had pretty good wins.
I don't think 8-4, but I'm just asking because
it's 8-4. Look it up.
Okay, that's why are you so upset all the time? Why are you so
I'm
mad,
not upset.
sir?
You're just sitting here. I'm not coming to you guessing. I don't come to you and guess. I've never came to you and made an argument guessing. And you sit here and you call me out like, I don't think you're 8-4.
That's because I just don't think that. It doesn't mean that if you want to say they're 8-4,
don't you host a college football daily show and then this show 2 times a week?
Listen.
No, he hasn't done that in months.
All the time. I haven't done that in months, but you're just upset, sir. I want you to be happy when you call the program. We're the happy show. You should be happy. Jackpot, smile. Show him that $1 million smile, Jackpot. Make this guy happy. Smile big for him. Come on. There you go. I just don't see how you can say
Alabama's the better team.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter because the only poll that matters is the one on Sunday. This one doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
He's going to get fucked out of not 1 bowl, but 2. And have to travel to Dallas.
Where do you want Tennessee to go, man?
Dallas is nice this time.
I would rather go to Orlando in the Citrus Bowl than fucking Dallas in the Cotton Bowl against a team that if we beat, it's just fucking Tulane. Calm down. And if we lose, you lost to fucking Tulane or UCF.
Well, but
it's the damned if you do, damned if you don't. That situation. Nobody wants to play in the Cotton Bowl. That's why fucking Ohio State should have to go that shit.
The Cotton Bowl is prestigious.
Alabama ain't going to have their starting quarterback, so you can't use. Well, Tennessee don't have Hooker. Bryce Young ain't playing in the Cotton or in the Sugar Bowl.
So let me ask you this: when Tennessee goes to Dallas to the Cotton Bowl and loses it, are they going to be able to use the excuse didn't want to be there?
Hey,
I hope they don't. Alabama will use that excuse when Kansas State beats the dog shit out of them in every Sugar Bowl they ever go to. That's not a playoff game. They get the dog shit beat out of them, and we didn't want to be there. We won't be there.
What happens?
Josh Heupel will 50 on us again at Oklahoma. We didn't want to be there. Why would anybody want Alabama fans and Ohio State fans aren't going to travel? Why those bowls would want them anyway?
Sir, what bowl did you play in last year?
We played in the friggin' Music City Bowl and we filled the stadium even though we didn't want to be there.
Okay, well, that's fine. You should be happy that you're going to a more prestigious bowl with a bigger payout. Aren't you happy about that?
But you don't sit there and bust your ass and win 10 games and beat Alabama and beat the dog shit out of LSU and then get the third best fucking New Year's Six Bowl. That's not a playoff.
You know what? Here's a scenario. here's something you might be able to look forward to, may be able to happen. If Purdue somehow or another was able to upset Michigan in the Big Ten championship game, you all might get a rematch with them in a bowl game.
They would go to the Rose Bowl.
Well, look, maybe there'll be
yeah.
Maybe Southern Cal will lose, and then we'll see how that rolls out. They're going to drop.
Literally,
Southern
the only
Cal,
way
right?
Tennessee can get a good bowl is if they gotta hope the best for Ohio State, and that's bullshit. Ohio State should have to take the fucking Rose Bowl. That's the bowl they've earned. They lost. They got the dog shit beat out of them at home by Michigan. Take the Rose Bowl, eat your fucking peas, and shut the fuck up.
Well, why? Okay, but if they're having to take that bowl, then I mean, you're not exactly slotted for a bowl, right? If Ohio State's being made to quote take the bowl, I mean, what then?
We would take the next highest bowl to be the Orange Bowl, but the Ohio State is turning down the bowl they're given initially.
Oh, okay. So are you more upset with the fact that the CFP folks have you behind Alabama, or are you upset with Ohio State pushing
New
themselves
Orleans,
around?
yeah, that pisses me off.
So what? But why does that piss you off? You're going to a big time bowl. The Cotton Bowl is huge. Don't
the
get
Cotton
blown
Bowl's
out by
not huge.
South
The
Carolina,
Cotton Bowl
sir.
you give to fucking Penn State when they go 9-3.
Sir, don't get blown out by South Carolina. You don't have this problem. It's the same thing with
Okay,
Clemson.
beat better teams than fucking Texas, and then you could be ranked higher than Tennessee. They should not be ranked higher than Tennessee. They lost the head-to-head. Their best win, our third best win, is comparable to their best win.
Awesome.
They lost to us head-to-head. The common
Don't
opponents,
get
we beat
blown
Vanderbilt
out
by
by
more.
South
We beat
Carolina.
LSU, period, and by a fuck
Hey,
ton, and they didn't.
Hey, how many points did South Carolina score? Jackpot, help me out with that on Tennessee. I can't remember.
63, I think.
Alabama
So,
under Saban
lost
is 1-1
by
in Columbia.
25.
There's no doubt in my mind they would have walked into Columbia 2 fucking weeks ago and got their fucking brains beat in. They are a bad team. It is Bryce Young carrying a bunch of fucking bums.
He's so mad.
We don't play them though.
So
at 8:50, man.
I know that sucks. I'm so upset that Bama got the easy schedule, and their hardest the hardest win they had was 8-4 Texas. That they shouldn't even fucking won. That they shouldn't even fucking won.
You're on the record.
Can we believe? Can you imagine, Rob? People are crying now because they had to play South Carolina. That's rich.
I'm not crying because we had to play South Carolina. We beat Alabama. We beat LSU. I'm mad that they see a win over 8-4 Texas, who's ranked below South Carolina. You should be mad that win weighs more than a loss to South Carolina. The loss to South Carolina is so bad. It's so bad,
sir.
That
I'm gonna
drags
break
us
your
down
heart
that
here.
far.
I'm gonna break your heart here. I don't think you should be ahead of Penn State. Penn State's got 2 losses on the season, a loss to number 2 and a loss to number 5. You should be behind them.
Yeah, really. Penn State's the best 2-loss team in the
if South
ever.
Carolina was 10-2, would
Penn
you want
State's the best loss.
Yeah,
the
South
best
Carolina
2-loss team in the history of history.
And Alabama with the
I'm
wins they've
looking
got.
at this. I'm looking at this from a perspective of who you played and who you beat. You got blown out
But
by 25 points, sir.
What wins do Penn State have that's better than 10-2 Alabama and 9-3?
I mean, I haven't looked at
LSU?
their schedule. I'm just saying they have their 2 losses on the year. They play in the Big Ten, which is considered a great conference according to the CFP. And their 2 losses
They
are
blew out everybody they play. They blew out Rutgers. They blew out all the teams like that are on the level of South Carolina. They blew them out. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But who did they beat? Did they even have
blew out Auburn?
I'm looking at the schedule right now. So they beat. Let's see here. They lost.
They blew out Michigan State.
They blew out Michigan State. They blew
Michigan
out
State.
everyone.
Are they even making a bowl this year?
They blew out Maryland.
Hey, they beat the team that's
Is
playing
Maryland
the
making a bowl this year? I don't think Maryland's bowl eligible either.
Yeah, they are.
They beat the team that's playing for the Big
Oh,
Ten
so they're 6-6.
championship this weekend. So there's that. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Who else they blow out? Any 9-win teams? I'll go down to 9-win. They blow out any 9-win teams?
I don't know. I know who they didn't lose to.
Yeah, they
didn't lose to the Gamecocks.
So they didn't go into any stadiums like Death Valley and beat the dog shit out of the SEC West champ. They didn't do that.
They didn't give up.
Sorry, they don't have a ranking for stadiums in the.
Did they even beat Purdue? Purdue's the Big East West champ. Did they beat Purdue?
The Big East West champ.
Yes, they beat Purdue.
Or
I just told you that.
Or the Big Ten West champ.
I
mean,
told
that's
you
like
they just beat
outside of.
Purdue.
They did. Yeah.
They beat Purdue. So there's that.
And what's Purdue's record? 7-7. Are they like that Pitt team that Clemson had to face years ago? 7-5 in the championship game.
Sir, Purdue's playing for their conference title, and you're not. Shh.
You're 0 for
Okay.
you are 0
It's
for
like-
against Purdue.
Right,
Don't try to disparage them.
Yeah, and the last time Purdue played, they ran up the score on you. You can't talk shit about Purdue.
Ran up. What did we do to that? I mean, it was an overtime win by
did you
3
or
points.
did you? They scored pretty. I don't think they punted in that game. It was up and down the
No,
field.
they punted.
I don't remember. Didn't look like it.
If they didn't punt, we didn't punt either because we scored just as many points as they did in regulation.
Yeah, but they beat you though, didn't they? They went out of there.
Yeah,
with the
off a bullshit call that everybody thinks is bullshit except you.
It wasn't. That was a clear. That guy was down.
The ref made the call, sir. I didn't make the call. The ref made the call.
And that's fine. I bet you we could play with Purdue right now with Joe Milton and beat the dog shit out of them. I mean, they're Vanderbilt.
Sure, whatever you believe, sir. I think that
unfortunately that doesn't change the result of last year's game.
If you wanted to control your bowl destiny,
and then
don't get blown out by South Carolina.
The result of this year's game against Alabama. Why does our win over Alabama?
It's the same thing too. See, if Clemson would have beaten South Carolina last weekend, you would have been like, "We should be ahead of Clemson." I could hear this coming from you now.
If Clemson was 11-1, I would say we need to be above Clemson.
Of course,
at 10-2. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. That's something an idiot would say.
The majority of this call, you're acting like an idiot.
I think if you have 10-2 teams, you go down the list. Did they play each other? Yes. Who won? Okay, that team's better right now. It was close. We'll give them that. Do they have common opponents? Yes. LSU and Vanderbilt.
Okay. So
they have a plus 85 over Vanderbilt and LSU.
Getting blown out by 25 means nothing. Giving up 63, the most against a team in like the whole AP era, means nothing, right?
When I tried to make the argument 4 weeks ago that Oregon shouldn't be above Tennessee in the rankings because they lost to Georgia by more, I was told on this show that a loss is a loss. It's a loss. It doesn't matter if they lost to Oregon or that Oregon lost to Georgia by 47 points.
Look,
all that matters is you lost and they lost. A loss is a loss is a loss. And now it's, well, there's good losses and there's bad losses, buddy.
No, look.
And they outweigh the head-to-head in the common opponent.
If I said that, then that's fine. That's not a monumental loss that you guys that it's a monumental loss that you guys took. You were what, 17-point favorite? What was it, 17, 22? I don't remember. And you lost by 25. You don't think that looks bad?
I mean, it does look bad, but you don't think that not beating any fucking 9-win teams looks bad? Do you think a top 10 team should have 0 9-win or better?
But in your eyes, though, now normally, I could be wrong about this because normally Tennessee rides that SEC penis, but you're telling me Alabama played a shitty SEC schedule. Is that your
words? They played
a
shitty out of conference schedule. Yes, I'm saying that. Yes.
They played at Texas, sir. That's not a tough game.
No.
Sure. Well, I hope you enjoy the Cotton Bowl, sir.
I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the we didn't want to be here bowl with Ohio State and all your team quits and all their team quits and it's Cade Klubnik versus whatever 5-star freshman they have.
Calm down.
Whoever.
It's like from what we're gathering, I hear that there's fighting in the Tennessee locker room. I mean, your program may be on the shits right now. So you also have a coach that if you don't have a good quarterback, you're the fastest 3-and-out in college football. So good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I mean, we had Joe Milton and we beat.
I didn't hang up on him. He hung up on himself.
Mayhem Matthew, thank you for the super chat. He says Carolina Gamecocks are bologna flavored water pea country style eggs. Well, that's a mouthful right there and a handful. And then also 850 Matthew, thank you for the 2. He says Jackpot, who do you hope Carolina plays in the bowl? I already told you, UNLV.
Is that who you really want? That's funny.
Yep.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Evening, Taterman. Evening, Jackpot. So I didn't really even want to talk about this, but after that last caller, I have a couple questions for y'all. So
it's hard to follow that up.
I'm just like a little old Wake Forest fan. But are you really a college football fan if you think playing in the Cotton Bowl is not like a prestigious thing? I didn't really understand that.
Well, he said that nobody wants to go to Dallas to play in the Cotton Bowl. Dallas is a beautiful city, number one, and number two, it's beautiful in January. So I just don't believe that. Something about me has a hard time believing any of that to be fact.
Well, absolutely. He also made a comment, I'd rather go to New Orleans or Orlando. And I mean, don't get me wrong, New Orleans, I understand. That's a very unique city with a lot of culture, but Orlando versus Dallas and like the Cotton Bowl is not prestigious or historic. I mean, only from a Tennessee man. The other thing is he mentioned Tulane. And I mean, I get it, like, oh, everyone would just make fun of us because we lost to Tulane. But I mean, Tulane beat Kansas State, who's what, 13th now? If they win their championship.
They're playing for the Big 12 championship tomorrow. I mean,
so
Saturday.
Say they win. I mean, Tulane is a top 10 win. You lost to a 2-10 top 15 Tulane team. I mean, I don't think people would really like laugh at you. I mean, it's Tennessee. You played in the Music City Bowl last year.
As long as they don't have to play Purdue in the Cotton Bowl again, I don't see what they'd be worried about. They don't need to see that. Just saying, they don't need.
All right, I won't keep y'all long. I see. I wanted to call in with a more jovial spirit because he's so angry.
Yeah, he's just angry. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. I don't know how this makes the Tater Man feel, but I think it should make you feel good because at the end of the day, you're going to win the ACC. You're going to go to the Orange Bowl. You'll be all right. And the other thing that I think will make the Gamecock man happy is if you look at South Carolina's schedule, obviously I know there are some bad losses that you wish you didn't have, but I would say just as a college football fan generally, I think just looking at South Carolina's schedule, I think it is like it exemplifies why we love college football. You have this 8-4 team that people didn't think very highly of, that then goes and gets 2 top 10 wins. I mean, not many other sports like it. So I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Thank you.
Big Bonnie Ross with a super chat. Anyone ever travel more than 50 miles to attend a bowl game in Shreveport? That's a good one. Mayhem Matthew with another $5. Rose Bowl signed an agreement allowing CFP to expand to 12 teams in 2024 and 2025. Yep. There you go with that. Take another call.
I remember after the 2014 season when Spurrier's Gamecocks took over Shreveport and won that bowl game down there, we renamed it Steveport.
That's a good point. Caller, welcome to the program.
Yeah, shout out to Jackpot. He's increased his energy level. Thank you, sir. So I decided to call back in. The real reason Tardman doesn't want to play in the Cotton Bowl, they know they're going to lose to Tulane, and they don't want 8 months of embarrassment and getting made fun of in the offseason. That's literally all it is. Tennessee man knows they're in no position to complain about which New Year's Six Bowl they get put in whenever they haven't played in one in 20 years. They haven't played, forget losing, they haven't even played in a Sugar Bowl in 32 years, the premier bowl game for the SEC, 32 years. Is he mad about that? No, he's mad about the Orange Bowl or the Cotton Bowl. Get over yourself, sir. And as far as being ranked behind Alabama, anybody that's been paying attention to College Football Playoff Committee for more than 6 weeks, which is everybody except Tennessee fans, knows why Bama is ranked ahead of Tennessee and knew Bama was going to be ranked ahead of Tennessee. You shouldn't have lost to a bad team late in the year when everyone's paying attention. You got blown out. That's all there is to it, period. And if you were to ask that same Tennessee man, do you think you could beat South Carolina if you played them again? Guess what he'd say? He'd say, yeah, of course we could. You then turn around and ask that same Tard, well, what would happen if you played Bama again? That don't matter. We already played them and beat them, so you can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The committee looks at a whole range of things. There's no one thing that decides where you get ranked. Oh, they beat Alabama, so they're automatically ahead. No. Everyone and their mother knows that if you played Alabama tomorrow on top of a dollar store roof or anywhere else for that matter, they'd beat the holy hell out of you. They would. That's just reality. And in fact, Chris is over here right now. Chris, hold on. Chris has one more thing he wants to say to y'all. I hope y'all can hear this.
Okay.
There's Chris's next comment. No,
The
they wouldn't.
Betsy Wetsy doll going
Yeah.
nuts over there.
I don't understand why he's so upset. You should just
You
calm
know,
down.
do you remember, Rob? You may not remember this. The last time Tennessee played in the Sugar Bowl, you remember who they played?
No, it's 32 years ago, so it was probably Sugar Bowl.
It was
Notre Dame.
another team that wore orange.
Who was it? Was it Syracuse?
Virginia.
Virginia. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they played Virginia. Had Terry Kirby was the running back, and Matt Blunden, the point guard on the basketball team, was the quarterback.
Yeah.
No, they were not. They were ranked number one for a period there in 1990.
All right.
Hello.
Well, strap in, kids. Welcome to the phone. Welcome to the program, sir.
Rob, I just wanted to say, you run your high horse from Tennessee lost to Carolina, and then guess what? You got a piece of your comment, y'all lost to South Carolina. I knew it was going to happen. They kicked y'all out of the playoffs, and I couldn't be happier. And I've seen predictions that we're going to play y'all in the bowl game, and I can't wait. It's going to be fun. I can't wait till we play y'all.
Sir, do not take the Chris away and do cocaine before you call the show. Slow down.
I'm telling you, it's going to be fun when we play y'all. You know it. You know you're going to lose to us.
You're
with
not,
our backup quarterback in and
sir,
everything.
You're not slated to play there. You're going to the Cotton Bowl, sir. You got to play Tulane. Don't worry about it.
No, I hope we play y'all. I hope we play y'all. Y'all are like
and
dog shit against South Carolina.
I hope that one day I finally reach puberty and I get to be 7 foot tall, and with my jump shot, I'll be in the NBA.
Well, that ain't never happening. And you know what else ain't never happening? Y'all winning the championship with DJ. Joe Milton's so much better than DJ. I'm better than DJ. He's fucking ass. Kate Klubnik's ass, too. He threw one pass and threw an interception. He had to take his ass out. Y'all are a poverty program that's going down. Y'all sucking, you know it. Tennessee's on the rise.
Sure. I mean, it's easy to be on the rise when you've been shit for a decade. So there's that.
All I'm saying is I hope to God we play y'all, because it's going to be fun. Y'all going to get this. Y'all going to get it. I'm telling you, we're going to let the dogs loose.
I hope that you can have fights in your locker room and things like that don't happen. We don't need that in college.
Yeah, that's kind of a case of you can't do anything but improve.
Yeah.
I hope you have competent play calling when you're good at running, and then you just stop running the ball and you just keep throwing it.
Well,
hope you have competent play calling.
Well, you know what, sir?
Hope you find a therapist who can help you. I hope you die of
hold on to the ball and stop.
Couldn't take it anymore, Jackpot. He's too tweaked up, man. Too tweaked up. Can't do it.
That guy's tough.
He
knows his football. By God, you got to tell.
Yeah, no, he said
you got to hand it to him.
He said that Josh Heupel would never lose another game. Remember that?
Did he say that again tonight?
Not tonight. He said it like the
he
week
said
before.
It once. He said it before.
Before
they lost to the Gamecocks. So that was false.
That's absolutely false. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, Rob, Cal. This is Bob, your actual Missouri fan here. I haven't spoke to you guys in a while.
MIZ.
DOU. Want to touch on, I know Uncle Lou's going to get all mad, but with this upcoming SEC championship game, I've watched enough college football that Georgia has been fortunate enough that when they've had an off game, Kent State, Missouri, Kentucky, and Georgia Tech, they've had them against bad teams. Yes, I'm going to say Missouri's kind of a bad team. I think we're moving in the right direction, but we're a bad team. But if they have any more bad games the rest of the way, they're going to lose. I mean, I know Lou's going to say, well, this guy, he ain't never watched no game of college football. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. But am I wrong? Is Georgia unbeatable this weekend against LSU?
I think I picked.
They
Georgia.
seem to play down to the competition. Just my take on it. Except for they play in the Gamecocks and they just blow our doors off. But
yeah, there's that too. Biscuit says you're wrong, sir.
Oh, okay. I mean, as I said, and I think Georgia should win the game. They should win the game going away.
Right.
But as I said, I just don't think they can't have any more bad games the rest of the way.
I'm not going. Well, nobody can have any more bad games the rest of the way. You're playing for championships now, but I'm not going to go back on what I said earlier. I think that Georgia covers, and they win big over LSU this weekend. So I can't walk that back now.
Okay. All right. I was just wanting to bring that up because a lot of people out there have been saying out there in the internet land, "Oh, Georgia's unbeatable. They're unbeatable. They can't possibly lose."
No team is unbeatable, sir. I mean, we've proven that over and over and over again. But but if you're telling me I have my choices right now of the teams in the top 5 and I could pick first, I'm taking the Bulldogs.
Oh, and as I said, and if I'm a betting man, I take it too. But I'm just saying that look for Georgia. If they don't come right out this Saturday and whoop LSU's butt, it's going to be a much closer game than people are going to think.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll put you down if you like it.
Georgia just doesn't seem this year. They just don't seem to have a game changer like Spencer Rattler or somebody like that on the roster.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler is the game changer.
Shit. All right. Well,
level that shit up.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night. Good luck to your
All
Tigers.
right, you two guys.
All right. Take calls for a couple more minutes and we're out of here. Leonard says, who would raise more money as a televangelist, Hugh Freeze or Dabo Sweeney? Well, Dabo baptizes them in kiddie pools at practice. But Hugh Freeze did go to
old
Rivers.
wash tub, isn't it?
I thought it was a kiddie pool. I could be wrong.
I think it was old wash tub. Is what it looked like to me. Kirby's advisor said Georgia's blown out 4 top 25 teams. Yeah, they also rode the struggle bus against some doo-doo wagons too.
Yeah. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Hello.
Hey, Rob. This is Billy. How's it going?
Hi, Billy. How are you?
Well, I'm doing better. I just needed to call in for the non-delusional Tennessee fans versus Chris.
Chris is.
I don't understand that they don't understand the whole body of work.
Yep.
Lou pretty much hit it on the nail on the head, and the fact that Tennessee's secondary has gotten worse, and we had an embarrassing loss against South Carolina, and Hooker's not there. You still there?
Yeah, we're here. Go ahead.
And Hooker's not there. So when you look at everything, and the fact that, I had us maybe 8-4 going to a loser bowl. Now we're looking at a January 6th bowl and this idiot's complaining.
That's what I'm saying. If I'd have told you that you're going to the Cotton Bowl, you would have lost your shit. You'd have been like, nah, how's that happening? And you're going to go to the Cotton Bowl.
Well,
come on,
I want to back up. I did go to the January 1st, 1970 Cotton Bowl in Texas, and Notre Dame play and froze my ass off. So you need to back up on that one.
I'm just saying. You should be there.
But I don't understand.
They played in the Tulane Stadium, Rob, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah, that loss to South Carolina nullified everything. Everything. It nullified the Bama win, the LSU win. They're still giving them credit. I'm surprised we're in the top 10, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm a Tennessee fan.
I'm sorry we're so shitty that we just fuck everybody's day up.
Huh?
So I'm sorry our team is so shitty we just fuck everybody's day up.
Let's be honest. There was a spread, and Rattler come out and had a great game. Shit happens, He won, and that's why Tennessee's not in the top 4. And like I said, these people on this committee, they look at everything, and they've got it right. I think as a Tennessee fan, we're given more credit than what we're due. So let's go to a New Year's Day bowl, play whoever going to play. I hope we don't pout, and I hope in the locker room, it's like I live south of Knoxville, and the word coming out of there, it's like the Crips and Bloods in there. I don't know.
Hey, Billy, Big Barney Ross says you were a door gunner on the Ark.
Oh shit! Hey, I will tell you this. I was when I
Did you
was a
help
kid
pick out
before
the
I
animals and you
switched
were
over.
like, okay, this animal goes, but that one doesn't? Is that what your job was?
Oh yeah, right. Big Barney Ross.
Shit. Hell.
Oh man, my God. But anyway, for the all of us Tennessee fans aren't like this. It's I seen another it just amazes me that there's this animus, these people call in like this and just let's just put it all out in the air and everything. It's just a college football game, Jesus Christ, But anyway, I'll let y'all go. Enjoy the show.
You're exactly right.
Big Barney Ross, kiss my ass.
Got you good there.
SEC Dog and the Biscuit have really got a good one going over in the comment section here.
Ooh, it's dog on dog violence. I like it. Welcome to the program.
That's some of the best arguments that you can see in college football comment section chats and stuff is the fans of the same team going at it.
Hey, turn down your monitor, sir.
Get off your tin can.
This is where you speak. Hurry up. Yeah. Thanks for bringing nothing to the program.
Yeah. Update right now. The Gamecocks in the second half with 14 minutes left are now down by 32. This might be the lowest point. And I know people don't really care about basketball, but this hurts my heart. Maybe the lowest point in Gamecock basketball history.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hi. Yeah, this is Big Tube.
Big Tube, what's up?
Hey, Big Tube.
Yeah. So I just wanted to just take a minute to trash LSU. I've got a little message for the swamp people.
Okay.
I just want to say that LSU. You're going down. You just lost Texas A&M. They're just complete trash, and then you got destroyed by Tennessee. We already beat Tennessee, so this game is going to get ugly. I know that y'all beat us the last time we played, but y'all don't have Joe Burrow this time. So yeah, it's gonna get ugly, and we're gonna be the number one seed in the playoffs. So
cool, buddy. Well, appreciate you calling, man. You have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. That's the most polite smack I've ever heard, Jackpot.
Yeah, really. Have you yeah.
I'm still laughing at Big Barney Ross saying that Billy was on the ark. Damn it. Look, there's some hatred over there. God, what are you laughing at?
Philip Mixon over in the comment section says, "You're trash, VicTube, gay too."
Can I? I want to read some of this. I want to read some of this war between the two Bulldog fans here. SEC Dog says the Biscuit. You don't even want to go there. Talk big and bad on some computer. To which Biscuit comes back. SEC Dog. I've shut down. Fuck smarter than you live. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Don't you guys aren't supposed to be fighting each other. Y'all should be y'all get in the stand. Y'all all gonna bark like a bunch of idiots, right? Don't do that. Calm down. Don't be fighting each other. Isn't there some? We need to get some Michigan fans or something in here. That way, y'all all can turn on them. Do I need to say something crazy again to get you guys to?
Yeah, they're too busy putting newspaper around the pipe so the house doesn't freeze up.
Yeah, maybe so. Chris says
Marcus Satterfield over in the comment section. He says, "Sup, Jackpot? Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Is it cold out in Nebraska right now?"
Yeah, fuck you. Glad you left. Biscuit says Chris said Biscuit would hide in real life. Okay, then. God, oh man, that's insane.
Why would you lie to us about calling plays, Marcus? You know you didn't call them. You know you didn't call plays.
You called in plays, sir. You couldn't get the play sheet printed out correctly. Come on now. I've already proven that. You don't have to worry about that in Nebraska. What is it? Prairie dog pelts, same as Kansas. It's just the currency.
Yeah, I don't know what they do out there. I don't I mean what do they use for currency? Corn husks?
No, it's not corn husk. It's probably sagebrush mixed with I don't know, fire water. I don't whatever the fuck it is they do out there. What the hell's going on in Nebraska? Just a big flat piece of land. Who the fuck wants to live there?
No one.
How's that a job in South Carolina, by the way?
What's that?
I think being the video coordinator at South Carolina is a better job than the OC at Nebraska.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
Look,
But
I've been
yeah.
pissed off Satterfield. He says, shut up, Rob. You're still salty about the game, I see.
Well,
You're
yeah,
not.
of course he is. I mean,
you didn't call plays. What do you care? You got to go to a
he
game.
is. He's trying to cope.
And you didn't have to pay to get in. What are you talking about? You live in a
trying to cope. Daddy O says Nebraska, home of the fat girl.
God damn, that's mean. Billy says, let's get some DMs going and big boy conversations. Billy's not gonna send a DM. He's gonna send a dove from the Ark.
He'll write you a letter.
Jay says, Rob, does Clemson wait to get the third loss in the bowl game, or they grab it against NC? Clemson may lose the last two games they play, sir. How's that?
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope this turns out to be very much like a Tennessee versus Vanderbilt scenario last week, where like Tennessee just went out and absolutely blew out Vanderbilt. Because look, like I said about that one, I don't want these teams beating the teams that we've knocked off, because it makes our win look better, and them losing just diminishes that win. Yeah. So I was glad to see Tennessee and Josh Heupel get the win over Vandy, and now I want Clemson to go out and take care of business against UNC. I really do mean that too, because I don't really like UNC at all. That's one of my least favorite opponents. I have absolutely no use for whatsoever.
Billy says Big Barney Ross thinks the N on the side of Nebraska's helmet stands for knowledge. That's pretty good too. Jerry says, Rob, do you have a cage in your back from doing years of heavy good mornings with no belt? No, sir, I don't. But yeah, there's that. Let's go back out to the phones before we leave here. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. This is Tim from the upstate, where Carolina Jackpot hangs his hat. First of all, congrats, Carolina Jackpot, on a great game. I got a couple questions for both y'all. Is why is everybody so angry? And I know you probably can't answer that. Aren't rivalry games supposed to be about throwing the records out the window? Well, and can't anybody do a little math?
Yeah, well, the thing is, the rivalry games are over with, and these people are more heated than ever, and half of them at fans their own damn team.
Well, we do have Georgia fans fighting in the chat, but we also have Tennessee fans that are upset about a poll that does not matter. It's almost like they're so ignorant they don't realize the only poll that matters is the one that comes out on Sunday. No one remembers who was number 6 from last year's poll, but they're upset because they beat Alabama and they think they should be ranked ahead of them. It is the most childish thing I've ever seen.
Rob, real quick, did you
go ahead, Jackpot?
Did you hear the analogy they used on the Mazad cast? I don't know if you listened to that or not. I also used it in a video talking about Clemson. Said that Tennessee fans are the Karen of college football right now. Wanting to speak to the manager.
I thought they called them the sister moms.
Well, no, that was Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it works for Tennessee too. Sister moms. Go cry to your sister mom and leave us alone. Anyway, what else you have for the show, sir?
My other question is regarding Dabo Sweeney, who's had some fairly interesting comments about if they don't like the way I do it, they can hire somebody else. I've heard that floating around. And I'm like, okay, is Clemson, because clearly this game, watching this game, South Carolina just wanted it more. They made plenty of mistakes. I mean, they gave Clemson 16 points. They gave Clemson a 16-point head start, and still came back to win it on the road. You got to give them credit for that. But then you also got to look inside your own program and say, hey, we just got beat by a rival when we had so much on the line. And pardon my French here, we got our asses handed to us in South Bend when we had an extra week to prepare. So I'm just wondering, is Clemson on a slow downward glide path where you really don't notice, like you're the frog in the high school laboratory that doesn't know it's being boiled to death? I'll take your comments offline. Appreciate your work.
All right. Well,
that frog in the high school laboratory analogy really wow, just damn. I don't know what to say with that one.
I think that I don't think Clemson's on a downward turn. I think that I don't like what Coach Sweeney said because look, let's just be honest. You can be respectful of what he's done with the program, okay? But there is a lot of people who send a lot of money to IPTAY and everything else when he's out there begging years and years ago when CJ Spiller was on the sideline for his pro workout, and he's begging on the sidelines for, it's raining and we shouldn't do this to CJ and all that. And money came from all kinds of people and the big facilities were built. And yeah, he kept up his end of the bargain, won 2 national titles, but you're getting paid $9-point-something million a year. Okay. It's almost $10 million a year. You should be able to take fans calling into your program that you're getting paid to do every week and taking some heat when you lose to a South Carolina program that was unranked. You get paid enough that you have to swallow that and deal with it. You also, when you have an offense that's as inept as as this offense has been, people can question you. And you should, if you're getting $10 million, you should say, you know what? We got to coach better. We got to do better and collect your $10 million and go on. I mean, he sounds like what's the term you use, Jackpot? Baby back bitch?
A bitch made bitch.
That comment that he made, I mean, you're getting $10 million. Shut the fuck up. So, all right, Jackpot. I think we've had a good show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys joining us. Enjoy championship weekend. We'll be back at it on Sunday. Thanks a lot, guys.